stop smashing your burger. In a world obsessed with Maillard browning, crispy, lacy edges, these are all about steaming. Soft, squishy, gooey, beefy sliders that meld together into perfectly crushable 3-biters. Pass on the smash, swipe on the steam. White Castle sliders. Most of us are hundreds of miles away from the nearest White Castle. So to get that gooey slider fix, you're gonna have to get a sad box from the freezer aisle. But today, we're gonna change that. Recreating the iconic White Castle style experience, we're going for steamy, tender patty, light brown onions, tender squishy buns with a crisp pickle is what makes these so addictive. Let's get into it. First things first, we gotta season up the beef. We're starting off with 2 pounds of 80-20 ground beef. If you do 90-10, it can get a little bit firm, snappy, extra dry. If you do 70-30, really fatty, it'll render too much and your patties will get too small. And we're gonna be seasoning it up with 1% salt and 0.5% MSG to the weight of the beef. You can skip the MSG if you want. I feel like everyone has to say that now. We like it, we love it. We're just gonna work it a little bit. We're not trying to take it to sausage town. We're wanting to keep them tender still, so they have a nice bite in that slider. Now, we're gonna need to divide the meat into 2 batches. White Castle patties are super thin, and to get them to that thickness, you have to roll them out. So pop this bowl on my scale, tear it to 0, and I'm just gonna eyeball half. Keep removing meat till we get to negative 455 grams, and I know I have half here. Pack that into a portion. From there, we're ready to move on to making the thin patties by rolling it out. Doesn't matter what kind of burger you're making, there is a forming at the patty step. White Castle has a really unique shape to their patties. Really long sheets that are portioned into squares with 5 holes in them. To start off, we are gonna take 2 half sheets of parchment paper. Fold it in half, unfold it, spray these down. I'm gonna set one aside, that way I can focus on one at a time. I'm gloving up, just that way I can kind of move through this a little faster. We're gonna take one of the portions of beef. The second portion, I'm gonna keep in the fridge. That way it stays nice and firm and it rolls out really easy. And with our hands, we're just gonna press the meat to about 1 inch from the edges. I found a rolling pin is the most reliable way to get it consistent all the way across. I don't always use pastry rails, but I just want to show you the best version of this. Starting in the middle, I like to roll towards the fold. And we're gonna roll it back till we get close to the edge. We're about 1 inch, ½ inch or so. So at this point, switch, just a couple pounds of pressure. Once the meat starts exposing on the edges here, that's when I kind of make a few corrections because I want to make sure I have the meat really even in the corners. I just trim the meat about a ½ inch back or so, take that extra meat and just pack it into the corners. Fold this back over. I'm just gonna do a gentle final roll until the meat's fully exposed along that side. Take your bench scraper, your spatula, just press it in. All right, so I got this first sheet out of the way. I'm gonna do exactly the same thing with the second one, and then we'll go into portioning. So we have our sheets here. The goal is to turn this into exactly 6 4x4 inch portions. Your quarters should be about 8 inches across. So what I'm gonna do is at 4 inches, I'm gonna make a small indentation. Go to the opposite side, and then with the ruler, gonna connect these lines with a firm press. Now we're gonna get our ruler alongside, make sure we're about 12 inches in length. We're gonna make marks cutting this into thirds. So indentation at 4 and 8, and then just press through. Here, we're not actually trying to cut all the way through the meat. This indentation is gonna make a guide for us once it's frozen to cut through. Next thing that's super iconic about the White Castle patties is the holes in the middle of them. These holes are just gonna allow the steam through to cook these patties fast. And it's gonna help them keep their shape. I just like to use something with like a round edge. Grease it up a little bit. We're going for 4 holes. Firmly press all the way through to the bottom and then just work it around. That's it. We're pretty much gonna turn these into like little meat dice. We're just gonna pop this into the freezer. What I actually found is to be the easiest way to move this around. Hold this as like a tail, drag it to the edge of the board, take your sheet pan and slide it back. Voila. So that's one. We're gonna next one portioned up, and all we gotta do is park this in the freezer for about 60 to 90 minutes. All right, we got our meat sheets, nice and hard. We're not gonna fully remove the parchment paper because that'll keep the portions from sticking together. So now, applying some firm pressure, we're gonna cut through widthwise of it first. You'll know when you're all the way through it. If you did not have these indentations that we did before, it would be a hell of a time to get your knife through there. And then we're just gonna repeat. So from here, you pop them in the freezer. Good for 3 months, but you can pop them in the fridge for 2 days and they'll be great. So you can cook from frozen or thawed, but these things are ready to rock. If you're unfamiliar with how White Castle does their process of cooking, it's a huge flat top. They cook all the onions, they sweat them down. Patties go right on top of the onions. And then once the patties are cooked through, the buns go on top, and then they flip, build, assemble, serve. So we're just gonna kind of emulate that process with this griddle. If you don't have a griddle, we have instructions, videos of how to do that at home with a skillet and a lid. So let's just get started right off the bat. Low, medium heat. We're gonna add a little bit of oil to the top. We got our white onion. We're gonna throw these on. Add a little bit of salt. Salt is gonna help pull out some of the water. Seasoning them too. I found for an at-home application, it's easier to cook the onions first, then steam the patties. It makes assembly a breeze. These are gonna cook anywhere from 5 to 8 minutes or so. We're not trying to develop a ton of color here, but it's important to have the texture. You've been to a White Castle establishment, there's a texture to that onion and everything's pretty soft in there. So these onions are right where we want them. From here, we're ready to cook patties. So we have our grill set up, preheated, medium heat. We got our trusty spatula. We got our frozen patties, water for steam, a little bit of oil. We got our sweet Jamie onions, American craft singles, and then our buns. These are my favorite buns right here. These are Tim's potato slider buns. These are super tender, super fluffy. And over here, to help kind of build trap steam, we have like a glass cloche. I'm just using a simple Pyrex. And then to land these puppies, we got a quarter sheet pan. So this quarter sheet pan is gonna be parked in a low temperature oven. It's gonna keep these sliders super steamy, super soft. So we got our filthy griddle here. We're gonna start with a little bit of neutral oil. I like to add the oil to make sure they don't stick if you run out of water. So now we're gonna splash the flat top with a healthy amount of water. And we got our patties. Make sure to remove the parchment paper as you do it. So once you have all your patties on the grill, I like to give them one last splash of water because that water is gonna pool up in those holes in the middle of them and generate even more steam. So to help trap all this steam, we're gonna take our large Pyrex and just pop it over the top. That steam is keeping them super moist and they're helping them cook super fast. Total cook time of this should hover around 5 minutes or so. These are thin patties, just check it out. So they look super rare, but they're not. As they tighten up, those patties are pushing juices to the surface. So I guarantee in about 30, 45 more seconds, these will be just kind of, I hate to say it, but gray all the way through, perfectly cooked. So these have shrunk up, nice 3 by 3 inch square, which is the exact dimensions of our bun. And now we're gonna steam these buns to ensure a super tender bun. Put the bottom bun on top, press it down, top bun goes over that. All those juices that pooled on the top of the patty, they're gonna be absorbed by the bun. We're just gonna cover these for about 30 more seconds. All right. We're just gonna pop off the top buns, If any of you were worried about the Minecraft looking burgers that we were making with the holes in the middle of them, don't be. As they squeeze and tighten, those holes fill up, cooked perfectly. I like to put the onions under the cheese because as that cheese starts melting and sliding around, you don't want your onions to be squeezed out. American cheese, the dimensions of that is 4 by 4 inches too. So now that our patties have shrunk down to 3 by 3, what I like to do is just kind of fold it up. So 3 by 3, and then pop that bad boy right on the top. Right now, I'm not putting the pickles because I'm trying to get these in the oven to start slowly melting the cheese. Just set your oven to the lowest it'll go, throw these in, and just start cranking out rounds. As those are melting, I'm gonna cook 6 more, so let's get going. Boom. So to finish these up, just 2-3 pickles, ketchup. That is a White Castle style slider. It's like a unique feel to this slider. Super soft, pillowy bread. We have a nice thin patty, corner to corner, with lots of cheese on top that's just oozing out the sides. Perfect slider in my opinion. Only thing left is I need my friend Tim to give these a try. So, Tim?
I'm just kidding.
Do you have White Castle in Boston?
No White Castle that I know of.
But you've had the frozen White Castle?
I have,
Okay.
I have.
All right.
All right, here we go. That's so good. Wow, that's really savory. What'd you put in there?
0.5% MSG.
This just has like way more of everything. More savory, more tang, a little bit more texture in a very good way. And that bun though, who made that bun? Keep me employed.
There's no frills with it. This is easy and the payoff is huge. Just go to chefsteps.com. Gotta make these, gotta feed your friends. We'll get the ketchup back from you guys later. Feed your crew near you.
Subscribe to our channel and visit chefsteps.com for more tips, recipes, guides, and tools to help you level up in the kitchen.